So there are a lot of tech companies out there, and there are some that are better at doing certain things than others. In fact, every company is good at something over anybody else. So I'm going to talk about that right now. This is the top in tech. Alright, so let's start off with the mobile operating system, which means phones and tablets. I'm going to hand this one to Google, that being Android. The reason I say that is because Android is advancing the fastest. It is having the most changes. It's advancing way faster than iOS and Windows Phone. One reason of that is that they don't release a new huge upgrade once a year like Apple does. They release an upgrade to changing user interface elements or usability any point when they finish making it. They don't wait for a whole new thing, so they don't have a set time during the year when they release a new version of Android. So when they release it faster, that means that they get the features faster to devices. And if you have a Google device like a Nexus, you get the updates instantly, which is awesome. And Android is in a lot of ways easier to use than other mobile operating systems. It's a lot more customizable. So Google, I'm giving you this one. Alright, for the phone build quality, the total structure and the way the phone is built, the quality of it. You guys might see this coming. I'm handing it over to HTC. The way they build their phones is great. It looks great. It feels great in the hand. The aluminum body is very strong. You don't need a case really on it. It's very secure. It's very strong. They did a great job building it, designing it, so HTC, good job. So for computer build quality, I'm going to give this to Apple. So Apple makes a lot of computers, and their MacBooks especially are very strong with the aluminum unibody design. It's very strong. That's pretty much, I mean, it's kind of like an HTC phone, but in a computer form. So Apple, for this kind of the same reasons that HTC did, so won the phone build quality, I'm going to hand you, Apple, this one with the computer build quality. Good job. Now for a computer operating system, I'm giving this to Microsoft, that being Windows. Now some of you might disagree with me, but hear me out. Windows 8.1 update is way more user-friendly than original Windows 8 was. So they have realized what they've done wrong, and they are improving it vastly. Also, with them bringing the start menu back, you can see how they know what consumers want, and they're kind of letting them do that and have it be even easier to use. With the start menu back and the way they're designing it now, it's going to be fantastic. Not only with Windows 7 and what will be probably Windows 9, I'm going to hand this to Microsoft, especially since Windows 8.1 update has done so fantastic and it's so well designed for dual touchscreen and keyboard mouse. So Microsoft, good job with Windows. Now for innovation, overall innovation, I'm going to hand this to LG. LG, the phone company. Here's the phone that I'm basing this off of. Look at the LG G Flex. 6-inch screen, curved phone. It's curved vertically. That's kind of new. The only phones that are curved are the LG G Flex and the Samsung Galaxy Round. Those are the only two mainstream phones that are curved. Not only is this curved, but it is flexible. That's why it's the G Flex. It can completely go flat from its curve and nothing will happen to it. That's awesome. Also, if you look at the LG G2 and the G3 and the G Flex, the way they have no buttons on the top or sides or bottom, the buttons for volume and power are on the back. That is awesome. There's no other phone company doing that. That's LG's idea, and it works great. It's awesome. It's very smart of them to do that. So LG, for innovation, at least in the modern times, I'm going to hand you this one. Now for the way companies respond to consumers. Now this is a tough one. Consumers are always asking companies and saying what they want in a new product. They always going to be that way. It always has been that way. What they want in a new product. So the company that listens the best is impossible to determine because they all listen. So I'm going to give this to everybody. Here's why. Let's look at back in the late 90s and early 2000s when Apple was developing OS X. When they released the beta of OS X in 1999, the Apple menu was in the middle of the menu bar at the top. That Apple that you click and the menu comes down, they wanted to put that in the middle. But a lot of people complained about it. They said it was awkward to use and to do that, and they wanted it back on the left like it had always had been. So Apple put it back on the left. So they really listen, and that's just one example of many that Apple has done to show that they do listen to consumers. With Microsoft, we're going to look at Windows Phone. So for a while, Microsoft users, Windows Phone users, have been asking for a notification center in Windows Phone. Guess what Windows Phone 8.1 has? A notification center. They call it an action center because you can do a few extra things in it. Then it's not just a notification center, but they have done that. And again, just one of many examples that they have done to show that they do definitely listen to consumers. Another one, just off the top of my head, is they're bringing the Start menu back into Windows. Alright, now back to Android and Google. Google is great at listening to consumers. If consumers want something in Android, they're probably going to get it. Google always listens to the users for Android. And they're also great at making sure the consumers are happy. They aim for pleasing the consumer, not their budget. So that's why Nexus tablets are so low priced, and same with Nexus phones, because it doesn't need to be priced that high just because everybody else does. Apple. Now, if you remember my Android Silver Explain series video, if you didn't see that, link is in the description, you will remember me talking about the rumored Android Silver migration policy, which is basically where if you buy an Android Silver device, the worker that sells it to you is required to help you move all of your information over to your new Android Silver phone with no information dropping on the way. Everything is moved over perfectly. That is for the consumer, specifically for the consumer. That's not to please their budget. No way at Google does that benefit them, other than it might attract people to purchase their phones. But that migration policy is to make sure the consumer is happy with their device. So that's why Google is having this title along with these other ones. Alright guys, I'm not going to give you examples for every company because that would take way too long, but those are just 3 big ones that I know needed some recognition for that because they do awesome. Alright guys, that's been it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to me. Check out my second channel, link is in the description. It's a tutorials channel, basically, is all it is. I just make tutorials. The first tutorial will be up this Saturday and every Saturday thereafter, so go ahead and subscribe to that for those videos. Check out my friend Alex's channel, the Tech Master Guy. Link is in the description also. Real quick, I just want to let you know I will not be able to make a video on Monday for you guys. Sorry, but I'm going out of town this weekend, and I'm just not going to be able to make a video for you guys. But I will be back with you guys in 1 week. So, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next Thursday. Hi. Ow! Ooh. That hurt. Kitty, you crazy cat.